Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Tan Tennis channel. And I've recently put out reviews on the new Blade 98, 1619 and the new Pure Strike 98 Generation 4. And I received a lot of questions regarding to the comparison between these two rackets. So in today's video, let's take a closer look at each racket. And I will compare the pros and cons of each racket and answer the big questions of which one that you should buy. First of all, the spec of these two rackets are pretty much the same. They all have like 98 square inches head size and 305 gram unstrung weight. In this particular video, I will refer to the 16 by 19 string pattern. So yeah, it's the same as well. The main differences are the blade has thinner beam, lower stiffness rating, and lower swing weight in general. So basically more maneuverable. Okay, let's start off with the Blade 98 V9. Overall, this racket has improved just a little bit from the last version. Overall, it's easier to play with, a bit more pop and power. Feel is more dampened, and thanks to that, you can feel it's more stable on off-center shot. This racket is a complete control racket. It doesn't give you extra power at all. So the only power you will get is from your swing and the plow of the racket, which directly translated from the swing weight. And this could be a problem because the quality control from Wilson is so bad that you can get like 330 swing weight or 310 swing weight. So and on this particular racket I got a low 310 swing weight. So yeah, it's bad. And I have to add around like 4 gram at 12 to beef it up so that I can hit with it properly. You can see the lead here, yeah, over here. What I like about the blade is that it's so maneuverable, that it's fast, and the racket, it feels like an extension to the arm. It's true to the feel and very honest. The racket is super predictable, like you hit what you hit and the ball goes exactly where you want it to go. And you can hit as hard as you want, and the ball is still in the court most of the time. The flex, the feel is pretty soft and somewhat dampened, so it's comfortable to the arm as well. Control is best in class. Depth control is great. I cannot ask for more. Another thing that I feel very special about this racket is down the line shot. Whether it's a forehand or on the backhand, it gives me like really confident on the attack. On the serve, this racket is great. First service has enough power, not outstanding, but just right. What I like is the placement on the ball. I can serve to the tee consistently. Serving out wide is okay. What I don't like about it, first I can use some more topspin. I think spin on this racket is below average, and hitting flat and through the court feels great, but when it comes to topspin on the shots that I need to pull it up, it doesn't deliver. Most of my unforced errors come from hitting the ball to the net. I don't get enough clearance that I want, and the launch angle is quite low. This has been my problem since I switched to the blade a couple years ago from the pro staff, and I still haven't figured out on how to fix it. The closest option is to put restring 0 on it, which does really help with that, but I don't like how it feels with the blade. Second, I think the string bed stiffness is high. I always go with low tension on the blade, but it doesn't pocket the ball that long, and it's not easy to pop. It's not very forgiving, and you have to hit very precisely on the sweet spot. On good days, I don't have any problem with it, but on bad days, it kind of becomes a burden because especially on my backhand, that I cannot generate as much power as on my forehand. And when on defense, I find it very difficult to turn the table. So, who does this racket is for? I think high intermediate to advanced level who mostly hit flat, aggressive baseliner style, and prefer to be on the attack than on the defense. For the new Pure Strike 98, the first thing that I noticed is that Bubblet tries to make it softer and more user-friendly. And you guys already know that the last generations of Pure Strike are stiff, and it caused injuries to a lot of people, especially when it combines with the RPM blast. That's a double trouble. So if you have strong arms, good for you, but if you don't, well, I think I have heard too many complaints about it. So yeah, I think Bubblet wants it to be more like a blade that is softer and more comfortable, but remains its playability as a control racket that has superior power. And I think they're pretty successful on delivering just that. The special features of the new Pure Strikes are that it is powerful. If I normally hit 100% with the blade, I can just hit with probably 80% of power on the Pure Strike to get the same ball from this racket. You can see that the balls coming off of this racket goes deeper and faster, and I didn't really have to put that much effort into creating that. Feels like playing with a power racket that has thinner beam and smaller racket head size. So yeah, I think this is what Pure Strike is about, and why a lot of people like it. On the spin department, honestly, I don't see the differences. Both rackets have below average access to topspin. It's not like you cannot hit topspin with this racket at all, but it just doesn't feel like it comes naturally. I have to focus more on pulling that off. On control, I can say that the blade is better, for sure. The feel is more precise with it. On the Pure Strike, I think there are still some variants when you're trying to place the shots. It's like you have to place the ball a little bit safer with some margin inside the court. You cannot go like too extreme, like aiming for the line like I normally do on the blade. On the serve, this one is a bit more powerful, and I think it's not in a very good command like I can do on the blade. But overall in the game, I think the Pure Strike is better on the serve though, like I can pull some more power. At the net, I would prefer the blade over the Pure Strike because I feel more maneuverable with it. I can move faster and I can get better control. What I don't like about this racket, again, spin and launch angle are the same as on the blade. Another thing is that even though it's already softer than the last version, it's still not 100% comfortable. My arm sore a bit on the day that I play with it, and it's already soft, so I think it probably comes from the vibration or the shock, something like that. I don't know. The last thing that I don't like is the backhand slice. I feel like it's not possible to hit a proper slice backhand on this racket. Like most of the time, the ball flies too high, and when I try to keep it down, it gets too low. So I cannot find the right angle to put the backhand slice with this. So who this racket is for? I think intermediate to advanced level, aggressive baseliner, same group as the blade, but this one is easier. In summary, I think these two rackets share some similarities, but the blade is more maneuverable and has better control for power. I feel more confidence on the attack, but on the defense, I think the Pure Strike 98 is way better. Like, I can run to the ball on the reach, and I can hit deep ball back to the opponent and turn the game around to my advantages. On the blade, I think I rarely have done that. Like, I got pushed around and it's hard to come back from that. The Pure Strike offers very good power potential. You can expect a more consistent deep ball on ground strokes, and it's better on the service return as well. On the touch shots, drop shot, volley, and backhand slice, I have to go with the blade. So, which one that you should buy? I would say overall playability for the majority of players. Probably have to say Pure Strike 98, and this hurt me as a blade user, but I have to admit that this new version is really a big improvement. I don't think the playability of the blade has changed at all in the last like 3 versions. The only thing that changed is the feel and flex. So I would say the Pure Strike is a safer bet for most people, and for players who want to switch from the power rackets to control rackets, I think this is a pretty good options. For the blade, I think the targets remain the same: athlete and high level players. Of course, intermediate level can play with it, like me, yes, but it's quite demanding. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. On the next video, I will play test this the Blade 98 18 by 20 compared to the last version, and also the Pro Stock Blade 98, which is the I don't know if you can see, but it's Arena Sabalenka racket, and I believe this is her personal racket back in 2018. So stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so.